Anyways,
Okay,
let's
here we go.
see this. Oh boy,
My brothers,
Yeah.
join us in prayer as we reminisce about the
my
railfan
guy's sounding
community
like
and
Moist
the
Critical.
absolute
Holy shit!
bullshit that spewed from it. If you think about railfan YouTube, you'd probably think of those hour-long compilations that built your childhood. But nowadays, they're much worse. Recently,
Wait,
some
Bro.
but no. That point, okay, that point is completely wrong. I don't think it just sucks. I feel like it evolved because nowadays people just do commentary. Like this is every single type of I don't know, like airplanes, trains, all that type of stuff.
I mean, what else could
Yeah,
you
it doesn't
expect?
suck.
worse. Recently, some of the largest content creators in the communities made a singular Discord server for their channels. What
Real
could
mature.
possibly go wrong?
What?
This server is just fucking stupid. I mean, take one look at the people who watch their channels and imagine them in the Discord servers. ERPers aside, this is just foul, and it consists of either echo chambers or people who just honestly
basically
should
But
be
wait,
facts.
hold on. But you can't get mad at everyone liking or disliking a certain thing. Like Cian's paint scheme is genuinely mid. This is coming from a Cian rail fan too.
And wouldn't it be also hypocritical in a way? Because
Yeah,
some of your friends could also think the same way too.
yeah. When there's no exception.
Yeah.
I joined a while back only to be hit with the realization that it was a greeting ground for pedophilia. The server is only comparable to Highscored, a server with the same issues which in the end harbored pedophiles. And from one hell to another, it seems like one of the known diddlers from Highscored was able to somehow be in Union Station. Crazy!
Okay, but in
Just
some
another-
cases we didn't exactly know. Like
You can't really blame
what
us.
can we do?
Like, if they were to tell us that, oh, that Mitch Railfan is a pedophile, then we would have just banned them on the spot. You can't really blame us for someone that we didn't know had problems. I cannot take this guy seriously. I'm sorry.
Especially with all the memes and stuff. Like if you're trying to get people's attention, I don't think the memes are exactly
Yeah, exactly. Hell, like, that video made by exposing Railfans or whatever did a much better job. It didn't overly go with memes or whatever to tell a visual perspective.
the memes are very, very contradicting to the entire video
It
itself.
means it's hard to take this guy seriously if you're just gonna be flashing memes and gifs or whatever.
They're crazy coincidence. Not to mention the staff just being either just major dick riders or literal felons. It's
Again, we didn't know, and also
sort of ironic.
Some of those
in,
people
in
might.
terms of staff, it's not exact. That's not exactly a thing. We have lives, you know.
Yeah, we're not gonna be on Discord 24/7.
Yeah, I sort of had to dedicate a little bit of time from college and stuff just so I could, be a little bit more active. So, it's not exactly a good look in this case.
Yeah,
Ironic how they said, yeah, this person should have a role of power, and then they look at some sort of the most fucked up being imaginable. The shit posted here ain't even good either. It's either
again, how are we supposed to know that Buccaneer was a pedophile before then?
I've never, I literally just learned about him and met him in the server.
Exactly.
just the same irrelevant news or just literal ERPing in
Wait,
general.
Irrelevant?
What? Irrelevant news?
We tend to.
But-
Don't we tend to get most of the news from more recent
Yes.
stuff?
Oh my goodness. I'm not sure if you've seen my Moments in the Rail Industry videos, but those are the best. Those are the best videos I make. Those garner at least 1K minimum. And
Yeah.
people genuinely turn to me for news. Irrelevant isn't exactly the word here.
It's more or less talked about. But then again, you
Yeah.
can't blame people. It's stuff that we're learning about. Like, you probably would have. This guy would have done the same.
Like a Union Pacific Z train smashed into some giant metal pipe and derailed and stuff. If it hadn't been for us telling news and stuff, some things wouldn't have been told to people who don't really invest in trains. Because I've noticed in my comment section, there's a lot of people who aren't exactly interested in trains like us, but they're just happy that we have news
Oh,
where
yeah.
they could learn about it.
Not to mention, not everyone gets news within the same time as other people. So maybe they're
Yeah.
hearing about this for the first time, like, days after it was, like, revealed, and, well, duh. So what else could you expect? Not a lot of people have the same wavelengths as other people.
There's a lot of times where some people don't learn about anything at all, and they turn to me as the only source, and they're like, "Oh, I had no clue this happened." So
Exactly.
yeah,
And as for this stuff,
literal ERPing in general. I mean, you can literally just imagine the shock I had when I looked in general and saw two people having digital butt sex while the mods just sit back and watch it all unfold.
Okay, well, in our case, just the both of us. Again, we're not always online, so
yeah.
we don't exactly know what's going on. And of course, sure, you could say some mods were not exactly culpable. Like they just sat around. Again, that's not really our fault. So
Again, we have, like we said, we have lives, or we might be devoting our time to other things as well, like
yeah,
content creating, or
we can't exactly be in the server 24 hours a
chatting
day.
with friends, watching movies, hanging with family.
College.
Just tell me that that's not an issue. I dare you. Of course, there's also the owners of the server, BNSF 1458, TWR, and the Didaneer.
What is wrong with 1458, my guy?
There's nothing wrong with 14. Also, you only highlighted 3.
TWR, and the Didaneer. You can take a look at these guys and already see the issue because they either fiddle with minors or have the worst takes ever.
Okay, fiddling with minors, that's already
Like,
one thing why it got the
okay.
server canceled.
Obviously, that's right. Yeah, we can't combat that. That's of course right. But worst
Minors have
takes.
the worst takes ever.
Yeah, it's not like nearly 95% of the people in the comments section generally agreed that 4022 is hated. And there's a lot of evidence to back that up. Hell, even people that are likely more intelligent than me or probably hate my content would agree with that 4822 sucks. So this being worst take ever.
Like, we can't exactly. Okay, we're obviously human. Our takes are completely different. We have different opinions. And just saying outright we have the worst takes is saying that we literally cannot have any take at all. That's impossible. So that makes no sense.
And not to mention,
how?
These worst takes, there's a high chance that most of the people you affiliate with would likely agree with some of these worst takes. So, I don't know.
Not to mention, you get banned if you disagree with it slightly. And
What?
there's also the unbeatable allegations against the literal owner of the server. This motherfucker touched a few kids, covered it up, and then tried gatekeeping it once it got out. Shit gets treated like a slur, and you can't even say anything even close to pedoneer. Not even to mention the moderation team, which is either just pathetic or just known felons, which...
Okay, we didn't exactly want this to get out immediately because we obviously know things would go haywire. In this case, today. So we did try and let out information, but we didn't do it wide scale yet because the server would completely go ape. So, yeah, we didn't want to do that because this could possibly be confidential information that we don't exactly want to touch upon. Because, again, we've never experienced this before, and we don't want to.
And not to mention, some people just don't really want to get involved with stuff like this.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm mostly refusing to acknowledge it because I just don't want any part of it. I was hardly involved with Buccaneer anyway, so I literally can care less. Hell, the only thing he ever sent to me in DMs was just a link to the server, and that was it. We hardly talked.
I've barely interacted with him at all. I've only talked to him in chats, and that's it. He's barely been online. So, yeah, I never really wanted to do a part of it anyway.
Known felons, which just lets dumbasses and pedos run free in a server meant to be against that. The amount of meat writing in the server is to the point where it's just painful to talk. Especially with Buccaneer. Talk about him, banned. Mention him, banned. Talk about something completely unrelated, banned. It's gotten to the point...
What?
Talk about something unrelated? Banned.
But we've never said Buccaneer is innocent. We just said we didn't know if he's innocent or not. We can't exactly say he's innocent when we don't even know. Like, obviously, when it comes to allegations, we're like, "Hey, wait a minute, this doesn't seem true." But we look into it. There was some truths into it, so we were neutral. We had to remain neutral because, again, we don't want to be a part of this. And like, when it comes to information being true, what are we supposed to do?
These were only allegations at the time, but when more evidence came about, then that's when we draw the conclusion. We didn't straight out say Buccaneer was innocent, did we?
No.
Like, we were taking this at face value initially before more proof of it got out, and that's when we just sort of concluded, yeah, Buccaneer's a pedophile, we're cutting him out of the group.
When we first saw it, we had to find the fine details. We had to analyze this hard to see if it's true or not, because You can't just throw allegations out there and boom, everything's in your favor. Like
Yeah,
let's
that's
take a look at, I don't know, let's probably throw an example of the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation. Things were thrown out and then boom, he's there, but then there was the years of court trials or whatever, and it turns out he won the case. So when it comes to allegations, we can't exactly come to a conclusion without the fine evidence.
Where you can't even say what was wrong. On the topic of meat riding, most members just get on their hands and knees and suck for these retards.
at least these slurs actually care about their fans.
The fact that we have a following, the fact that we built up channels, the fact that we have fans is just straight out jealousy. That's jealousy right there. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't expect this channel to blow up and me to gain a following. I just post videos and I still kind of do that to this day.
The same thing with me.
Yeah, I just wake up, make a video, it blows up or not. Oh well, try some other time.
Yeah.
Because I don't really care if you're a fan or not. I just make videos for people to see.
Like, yeah, if you admire someone with a large content creator base, then okay. But if you're just gonna actively just call us a slur like that and it just comes off like you're just salty that we have more of a following than you. That's at least the impression that we get from this. How would you feel if we called you that and you had a giant fan following? Would that make you feel any better?
Probably attack us anyway.
We're not encouraging anyone to go and, witch hunt this guy. I mean, anyone that's watching this, do not go and witch hunt him as much as you. As much as it would be, we don't want to encourage it because we're just only pointing out what is wrong with this guy's video.
Running the server. In summary, Union Station is shit. The people are shit, and the server will most likely be deleted after a minor disagreement. Keep in mind that this video is just to express my discontent with the server. So, yeah. Bye. Love y'alls.
Buddy. So, the video was really just, I don't like the server because I don't like the server. I mean, I get the fact that there were flaws. Yes, there was a lot of things we could have worked on. But it's not exactly all said and done with all the points you made.
I cannot take this guy seriously when A, he's just using memes and GIFs to tell, over something as serious as allegations. 2, I like how he says work sakes everyone. Almost most people I've talked to generally agree about this. And 3, saying, that whole meat writing thing just comes off like this guy's just jealous that we have a larger fan following. Not that, not something to stroke egos with, but there are other people out there that have a large fan following, and you don't see me, saying that, everyone, that'd be like saying if Amtrak I-365, everyone that watches Amtrak I-365 was meat writing. I respect the guy, but I have no problem if you watch his content. He's generally a great person, he makes some pretty high-quality content. But you don't see me calling everyone that watches his videos a meat writer, because I generally respect a lot of content creators on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't exactly get I mean, sure, some points of the video, again, were justified, but not all of them. In fact, most of them weren't justified because, again, the memes and all that, and some of the takes, the fact that, some takes were bad. No. Okay, yeah, some takes can be bad, but not all of them. Which is what you're trying to say is all of our takes were bad.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're in fact not. I get it. We could be wrong. We're human, but we can't be wrong 100% of the time like that.
That'd be like if he made one take and everyone just sort of chastised him for it.
If you're gonna come in with points and stuff, you gotta at least, be solid with them, or else we wouldn't have to make this video.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.